welcome back to the show. Again, we're really excited today. So we have two veterans and musicians on the set today. We have Dan Lozon, first vice president from Branch 60 out in Burlington, and we have Vince Campbell, third vice president from the Claremont Legion. So guys, thanks for being on the show today.
Well, thanks for inviting us.
This is quite the honor because, these guys are champs. These guys are beloved veterans. They sacrifice their lives for us. So bravo, thank you guys, very much appreciated. Before we get started, we do have a very exciting announcement, as I do want to announce that we do have now new media employment programs for veterans and persons with disabilities, but this focus is on veterans. So again, go to our website, www.thedisabilitychannel.ca. We're going to have all the information up there because our programs are free programs in media for veterans. So if you're looking to transition from the battlefield to the workforce, just looking for a new skill, just looking for a new hobby, come on down to Toronto. We're also going to be outside in Burlington, Ontario. We're going to have an office there conducting our programs. So again, programs in media for veterans. Thank you, Ontario government. Thank you, Premier Ford. Thank you, all the politicians that help our platform. We really appreciate it. Let's get to the show. Guys, thanks for coming on. We got two songwriters here. So why don't we start with Vince, as you're right beside me. Before we do, let's see your shirts, guys.
Oh, okay.
Look at these shirts. That's a wonderful shirt. I love the colors.
Oh, thanks. It stands out. Yeah.
Wow. That's Legion 60, Dan?
Yeah, just a Legion.
This a Legion? This a Legion shirt? That's wonderful. Well, thanks, guys. So tell us a little bit about your music career, Dan, and then we'll move over, or Vince, and then we'll move over to Dan.
As for a music career, I wrote my first song at 53 years old. It's kind of like a spiritual awakening. I played guitar all my life, but could never really get a song down. Just these little silly things. And one of the first songs I wrote was a coal mining song, and this, I don't know, it just happened probably after staying in the hospital. I was in the hospital for 6 weeks, and changes started slowly coming with regards to music, and wanted to change my life and to try to take a more natural approach to my health.
And did you always have always had an interest in music?
Oh yes, yeah, I always played music pretty well every day. From the time I got my first guitar in Halifax. I was at a military event and purchased one and taught myself to play. So.
Wow.
Yeah.
And Dan, yourself, tell us a little bit about your career. And then we're going to get into, I know you guys are both songwriters, and then we're going to mix in some positivity when it comes to the veterans. So tell us about how you got started and your inspiration.
Oh, God. I got started when I was just a kid. And, I had an uncle who played in a band, and I said, geez, I want to do that someday. And so a few years later, I started playing with the guitar, and I was self-taught. And I wrote my first song, I think, when I was 15. And then I joined the military, and throughout the years when I was in the military, I was always in a band. It didn't matter where I went. I was always in a band. And after I got out, I started doing a Frank Sinatra show with orchestras, and that was absolutely awesome. I was across Canada, in the U.S., and in Mexico doing shows, so it was just unbelievable. But during COVID, a friend of mine from my hometown in Timmins, Dale Dupra, and I got together, and we wrote over 20 songs, and we each had a recording studio in our homes, and we would send each other tracks, and then we'd just keep adding and adding for each song, and then the next thing you know is we got an album with 20 songs.
Wow. And I know we were talking off camera about how integral music is to you, both your guys' lives. So we're going to get into that a little bit later. Why don't we do this, because it is a music show, and why don't we have Vince step up and play one of your original songs for us, Vince, and then maybe tell us a little bit of the history behind it if you choose.
Sure can.
Just have to speak loud, though. Just have to speak loud, and let's make sure we have the music loud so our audience can hear us.
This song I wrote at a songwriting camp, Veterans for Healing, in Cape Breton with Keith Mullins. Keith Mullins is an East Coast songwriter, along with 5 other veterans, and this album is up for an East Coast Music Award this May that we're all attending under the Gospel Inspirational category, so we're like super excited.
Wow.
For a songwriter, there's nothing better than being acknowledged for your writing. So So on the album, it's Keith singing this, and I'm kind of doing my own version and finding my own way with the song. So this song is called Troubled Soul, which truly is me. I was a correctional officer after the military in Metro East Detention Center in Scarborough.
Okay.
So, bars and
Well, that's a nice,
more bars.
that's a nice background story for sure.
I was a prison guard behind prison bars, seeing all types of wounds and scars. And what I've learned is just let it go. All mistakes are just bumps on the road. I am a troubled soul with a stubborn mind. I am a wounded heart until the day I die. And I accept my past, I won't be untrue. These troubled souls find a trouble here with you. I'm like this old house, my pipes will freeze. I've got crooked floors and now 2 creaky knees. But I've got lots left in this tank. Let's light her up and do it all again. I am a troubled soul with a stubborn mind. I am a wounded heart until the day I die. And I accept my past, I won't be untrue. These troubled souls find trouble here with you. I was a prison guard behind prison bars, seen all types of wounds and scars. And what I've learned is just let it go, 'cause all mistakes are just bumps on the road.
Wow, that's great, Vince.
Well, at first the hearing aids have to kick in, so sometimes you don't get in the right pitch, so I probably could do that over again for if you want.
No, that sounded
That was
fabulous.
good.
But 2 hearing aids really, sometimes they're balanced, sometimes they're not, so
So that's about you.
that's about me, pretty well, yeah. Yeah.
That's
Troubled
great.
soul, yeah.
That's fabulous. What we want to do, let's take a quick break, and then
Yeah.
we're going to come back, and then Dan's going to take the stage, and he's going to pick one of his favorite songs and entertain us. So stay tuned. You're watching WildChild Records. We'll be right back.